Hi, thank you for watching. I think this is going to be a video where I catch you up and set the stage because I kind of started midway and I feel like I need to unpack things from the beginning. So sit tight and I hope that I answer all of your questions here. But if not, I invite you to go into the chat and ask me your questions and I will try to address them in future videos. All right, my name is Ezichi and I am on a journey. I am on a journey to lose weight and to keep it off. I start from I've always all my life I've struggled with my weight and I've lost a lot of weight in the past, 50 pounds or more a few times, but I have always gained them back. And one of the things that I think is the issue is that when I in the past dedicate myself to losing weight, I go all out and I do things that I cannot maintain. And once I lose weight, I relax and then old habits come back and I don't keep it off. So this time I'm really trying to build sustainable habit. I am doing things that are mindful. I'm doing things that I know are good, I've read are good and I'm learning with it. And the goal here is to finally lose the weight and keep it off and stay healthy. And that is where I'm going. All right. So I'm actually finishing up week 4 of this weight loss journey. And I've wanted to post, but I've been just really scared to put myself out there. I do a lot of things that are difficult, but I never put it in public. I'm a very private person and I just get things done and then celebrate with the public, celebrate with my friends, acquaintances when it's done. So this is the first time that I'm actually starting something. I'm putting myself out there. And the reason why I'm doing it is because one, I want to help others. Two, I think that I need that accountability. So I think that if I put this in my public self, that I will be accountable and I will feel responsible for seeing it through. So those are the reasons why I'm doing that. And I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with. So I am happy to do this. And I am looking forward to hearing other people that were inspired by it, that this helps as well. All right, so I'm gonna tell you present day. So this is finishing up week 4, and I actually finished up March. I did 3 weeks in March, and now I'm gonna tell you how it all started. So I have wanted to put this public. So first of all, in the beginning of the year, I made a resolution to lose weight. It was one of the things that I wanted to work on this year. But then I get to February and I am not losing the weight. I have fallen off the wagon, so we say, and I'm not losing the weight. I'm actually the biggest I've ever been. And it's just so jarring to me where I was just thinking, okay, every year for the past 2 years, I've been wanting to do this and I just never brought it to fruition. So I was like, desperate time calls for desperate measure. What am I going to do this year? Now, a little bit of history. Last year, I actually wanted to do weight loss surgery. Weight loss surgery just seemed like a tool that would be beneficial to me. And I went through the process the most of last year to be able to be approved for weight loss surgery. I really wanted to do gastric sleeve surgery, and that was what I was going for. But I found out that I had severe acid reflux, and they did a test and saw how severe it was, and it was not advisable for me to do gastric sleeve surgery, and they actually wanted they recommended that I do gastric bypass, and I just could not I just could not accept that for myself. I did not want to do gastric bypass surgery. I thought it was a more intensive surgery and I just was not ready to do that. So I decided not to go through with weight loss surgery. Also, the year before, I again tried to lose weight, couldn't lose weight. I decided to try GLP-1. So I tried Wegovy for 4 weeks, and it was really tough for me. I just didn't, it made me so tired. And I live an active life. I'm a full-time working mom. My family and wife, my family is very, very active, and I just cannot live a life of exhaustion. That's just not part of it. I have to be moving around. So that just was not for me. So this year, I really wanted to focus on losing weight in a sustainable way, building healthy habits that will keep me, like, I don't want to do this again. I want to lose the weight and stay healthy for my body. I used to be the kind of person who loved going to the gym. And the bigger you are and the more out of shape I've become, it wasn't fun anymore for me. And I wanted to get back to healthy and strong and exercising. I'm getting older, so I want to be here. I want to be the fun grandma. Okay. When my kids are still very young, but when they grow older and they have children, I want to be fun grandma. I want to be healthy grandma, taking them to all the shows and plays and museums and parks and all of that stuff. So anyway, so we get to February. still the biggest I've been. And we get to March. And I remember Saturday, March 8th. I hang out with a friend. A friend came in town and I hung out with her and we took a picture. And I'm gonna post a picture. I'm gonna post numbers today. I'm gonna post everything today, just so that we can just catch up as friends. Okay. So I took a picture. I looked at my face in that picture and it was huge. And, I just could not believe it. So the next day I started. This is something that I've been planning. I wanted to put it public to get accountability. But that was what it took for me to say, okay, I'm going to start. And I said, I'm going to start tomorrow. And I actually started on Sunday, March 9th. All right. And I wanted to do it in public, but I didn't believe it was possible. It's just hard for me to put myself out there in public. It just is. It is. So I was like, okay, let me just start the healthy part, right? Let me do the work, even if I'm not gonna post it. Let me do the work. The posting is gonna come, and if I decide it's not worth it or it's too difficult, at least I'm doing the work. So Sunday, March 9th, I I did a fast. Okay, I've over the years I've learned, I've read, I feel like I kind of understand what it means, what I can do to be healthy and what I can do to move my body better. So on the Sunday I said, okay, I need to get my mind in the game. I need to get kind of reset my body. So I did a water fast and it was tough, but I actually went to bed very early. I think like 7 o'clock p.m., which is quite early for me. And I just wanted to just clear everything. So did a fast on Sunday, March 9th. And then Monday, I did OMAD. So I didn't eat all day, but ate dinner. And I actually worked out right before dinner. So I was exhausted, but it was good for me because um it it helped me. I felt clear, right? So I felt clear. It helped me, even though I was hungry. It just helped. I just felt relief. Okay. But I did not want to do, there's many ways to lose weight, but for me, I didn't want to do it fasting, like full day fast. I didn't want to do that because one thing that I really don't like when I'm dieting, and I've done in the past, is being hungry. Like that hunger pang, it's just not something that's not my preferred method. And it's not something that I feel like I can sustain. So after that, I decided, okay, for the month of March, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick some habits that I can just build on. So the first thing that I wanted to do was the habit of 3 to 5 days of workout a week. And I can start, I decided to start with at least 30 minutes every time I work out. So right now I'm doing 30 minutes. Second thing is getting my water in. So half a gallon of water every every single day was my second one. And then for the food, I just wanted to be mindful, and I wanted to think about the things that have worked in the past that I have liked and joined, I didn't mind. So I really like OMAD, but I wanted something more substantial. So I am doing kind of a modified to MAD, but not really strict on that. I do have that acid reflux, so I don't want to be eating really late at night, but I still want to eat dinner with my family. So what I do is I eat in, I kind of have a brunch around 10 o'clock to about 1 o'clock. And I have my big meal of the day. So almost like a OMAD. And then in the evening, I just have something light, maybe a few ounces of chicken and some salad with no dressing. So that's kind of what I'm doing, just being mindful. I don't really want to I'm not doing point system. I'm not strictly counting calories, but I am using MyFitnessPal to track my food, and it's more of like a guesstimation. So I'm not like really, really strict on it. It's just so that I can put everything I eat on paper, and so that I can kind of gauge so that it just doesn't, become, how you just pile on and you don't recognize that you're eating and you think that you are doing okay. I don't want that. And then for this month, I actually have an initiative that I'm going to announce in the next 24 to 48 hours or less. I want to take photos of everything I put in my mouth. So just that a visual of, okay, this it helps me remember what I ate when I'm eating and how I feel about it. So I'm going to talk about that later. But this month, I'm really trying to document what I'm eating so that I can know and I can be accountable, and then I can share it as well so that you all can kind of have an idea of where I'm going with this. So let's talk about the numbers. And this is so hard for me to share, but I'm gonna put it out. I'm putting everything out there. So I'm gonna put it out there. So on Sunday when I started, I was 253.8 pounds. Okay, so that is my starting point. I ended March at 243.8 pounds, exactly 10 pounds less. All right, so I'm super excited about that, especially because of the food. I'm mindful, but I'm not strict and beating myself down. And another thing is I have this perfectionist things. When I care about things, I can have like almost a perfectionist tendency, and I'm letting go of that. Okay, so this is not an all or nothing thing. And between the month of March, I lost 10 pounds, but it wasn't all perfect. I got all of my workouts in, um, 3 to 5 days. So I think the first week I got 5 days. The second week I think that's the week I traveled for work, and I got a lot of days in for workout. They had a really good gym, and I took advantage of that. But my food was off because, well, I was traveling, and in the beginning of it, I was great. But towards the end of it, especially in the airport, I snacked a bit, and then the following week, I was mindful with my food. It wasn't as perfect, because it wasn't as perfect, and still, I started working out on the Thursday. So I got my 3 days in by working out the Thursday, the Friday, and the Saturday. So none of this is perfection, and I think that's what, like, I have to have a chill diet where it's like something that I'm very focused on doing, but I'm not going to obsess about it. Okay, but I did all that and I still lost 10 pounds. Now, this is probably just first month. Like, I don't expect to be losing 10 pounds every month, right? But I'm expecting to really focus on this. So I'm predicting maybe like 5 pounds, 5 to 8 pounds a month. When I'm really focused, my usual average is about 7 to 8 pounds a month. So 5 to 8 is kind of where I think I'm gonna go. So again, started out at 253.8, and I'll have some pictures of things as I show this video. And then I ended March at 243.8. Okay, so now we're trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in April. Okay, so my focus, so now the habits that I have down is that working out habit and the drinking half a gallon of water. This month, I'm really trying to hone in on my food. One is to like just hone in on that habit, think about what's working for me, how I feel at the end of the day. One thing that I really like that's happening so far is just my nighttime acid reflux is really, really much better because I'm eating earlier in the day. So dinner is almost non-existent. I just very small just to like be with my family. I will totally remove that, almost like really that mad or too mad. I'll totally remove that. Now I also in the morning sometimes I have a protein shake. So like half a bottle of protein shake. I actually like to dilute it with water because it's just so strong. So that's also something that I do. Just try to get, I'm trying to do a high protein, low carb diet. But again, nothing ridiculous, nothing crazy, nothing rigid. Really trying to build habits that I can sustain, eat in a way that I can sustain. If I go on a date night with my husband, I we go out and we eat, right? And I am mindful of what we eat. I will not, if like let's say I order a burger, I might have half the burger. I might just not order fries and eat two from him or something like that, right? Being mindful, but being normal and human. And I enjoy food and I want to keep enjoying food. So this is just kind of where I am right now. I want to put pictures of what I'm eating. I want pictures of what I look like right now, so that you guys can see, even though I've lost 10 pounds because I'm, so big. You can't really see the difference, but I'll show you before and after from March versus April, beginning of April. And yes, I invite you to follow along. If you are doing something like this, if you're trying to lose weight or maintain weight, I would love to hear about it in the comment below. If there are things that I missed, questions that you have, please feel free to put it in the comment. I'm going to read all of that. I'm going to try to respond to all of it. And I'm just trying to build this and I'm trying to grow a community so that I can get accountability and I can document this process. You never know who's going to pick it up now or in the future. And hopefully there will be great results that I will be very proud of at the end of this. So please join, subscribe, leave a comment, talk to me. I want to hear what you're thinking about this, and see you in the next one.